This is the first in a new series of videos I will be doing here at the Alpha Male 2.0 channel on how to optimize your entire life. Literally every aspect of your life that needs to be optimized, I will cover in this video series. In this video, I'm going to overview all the areas, and then in subsequent videos of this series, I will cover each area in one individual video to round out the entire series. If you are interested in participating in this series of videos, I strongly recommend you subscribe to this channel, click the notification bell, leave a comment on this video, and leave a like on this video, and that will ensure you get all the future installments of this video series. Optimizing your life gives you the edge over all other men. And when I say all other men, I am not exaggerating. I have said many times before in my past content that I have no competition. Not really. Both in the business world and in the dating relationships world, I don't really have competition, and I will explain exactly why. I will ask you a very simple question. What percentage of men do you think get 8 hours of sleep every night, work out 6 days a week without fail, drink tons of water every day and are never dehydrated, have sex literally several times a week with rare exception, and the women are actually young and good looking, which has a positive effect on your testosterone and mental being, has a 100% optimized hormonal panel, testosterone, estradiol, vitamin D, thyroid, etc., meditates for 20 minutes, 5 to 6 days a week, has their entire homes and offices set up for maximum productivity, and plan their weeks and their days in advance every week and every day. How many men, in terms of a percentage, do all 8 of those things? 1%? 1.5%? I don't know what the percentage is, but it's very, very tiny. And if that's true, if it's around 1%, that means 99% of men in the dating market, in the business market, in the business world, are hamstrung when it comes to competing with me. I have the edge over at least 99% of all other men in all these areas. And by the way, it's not just money or women. You can apply this edge to your family life, your social life, your spiritual life, any other of the 7 life areas that are important to you. I have said many times before, and I'll say it again, I live a fantasy life. The amount of money I make, the work that I do on a daily basis, the freedom of time that I have, my relationship life, my sex life, every aspect of my life is fucking amazing. And the primary reason for that is I have taken the time and effort to optimize every aspect of my life. Once everything's optimized, things like dating multiple women, making a high location dependent income, starting your own business, these things become pretty easy, because you've arrayed your entire life to make these things easy. The reason these things are hard for most men is not only are they not doing all 7 of those things, but they're not doing any of those things, much less all 7 that I'm doing, plus a bunch of other ones I didn't mention in that list. It goes back to the old saying, I think Jim Rohn started it, I've mentioned it several times before in my podcasts, if you are hard on yourself, life will be easy on you. If you are easy on yourself, life will be very hard on you. And most men, especially today in the collapsing civilization in which we live, are taking it very easy on themselves. Porn, video games, Netflix, all that bullshit. They're not doing any of this stuff. So no wonder they complain about being anxious or depressed or tired or not motivated or don't have the energy. Of course, optimizing your entire life encapsulates 5 different areas. And as I said at the beginning of this video, I will do videos on each one of these 5 things in this series. The first thing you need to optimize is your body. Like it or not, your body is the vehicle you are utilizing in this life. And if your body is not optimized, you will be upset, you will be pissy, you will be sleepy, you will be anxious, you will be tired, you will be bored, you will be depressed in many cases because you're not optimizing your body. Optimizing your body is several components. The first component is sleep. I have talked about this a billion times over the past 15 years. You must be in bed 7 to 8 hours a night without fail. And if you don't, you are literally damaging your performance. I just read a report a while back that if you get 5-ish hours of sleep, it is equivalent to long-term brain damage. Getting a full 7 to 8 hours of sleep, in some weird cases, 9 hours of sleep for some men, is equivalent to taking a performance-enhancing drug with no side effects. It's awesome. Next thing is exercise. I have been saying since I wrote The Unchained Man back almost 10 years ago that you should be exercising hard at least once every 48 hours. That means you are sweating and breathing hard. You're not on the treadmill or the elliptical talking to your buddy or looking at your phone. No, you're sweating and you're breathing hard. You're doing that at least once every 48 hours. I lift weights hard 4 times a week. Then I have cardio twice a week on top of that. I take 1 day off. So that means 6 days a week I'm exercising hard. Even when I wasn't lifting weights, I was still exercising with cardio. And even when I travel, I always make sure I get my exercise in because I want that energy, I want that edge, I want that clarity of mind, I want that oxygen in the brain, I want all the benefits exercise has. Next one is water intake. You are probably dehydrated. You are probably not drinking enough water because you don't like water or you don't take the time and effort to do it. I am drinking piles of water all day long. Well, that means you have to take a piss all day long. Yes, I take a piss all day long. That's the way it fucking goes. I also drink the best water you can drink, which is reverse osmosis water. I will do a video soon where I will show you exactly the water filtration systems I use in my home to drink the best possible water I can. The last one is diet, which obviously is my weak area. I'm not as 100% on that as I am other things, but most of the week, at least 5-6 days a week, I'm eating stuff that is pretty healthy, low carb, not a lot of processed food, etc. I'm not an expert on that, can't mention that, but if you're eating pizza and burgers and Taco Bell every day, you're not gonna have the energy and you're not gonna have that edge. That's the way it goes. The second aspect to optimizing your life is your hormones, which I've talked about also a billion times in various forms and content, and including our coaching programs. I have said many times that every man on earth needs to get a blood test at least once a year and you need to check these 4 things. Testosterone, that is your total and free testosterone. Estradiol, that is your estrogen. Men need some estrogen. You need some, but not too much. Vitamin D, and thyroid, which is specifically T3. I check these levels about once every 8 months. Never does a year go by when I'm not checking these levels plus a bunch of other stuff I haven't even mentioned. Very, very important that you know what these numbers are and you get these numbers into optimal ranges, which might take some time. It might take a few months. It might take a year or 2 before you get these into optimal ranges, but you need to do this. There's a huge subculture of men out there who are feeling sad or angry or pissed off or depressed or whatever because their levels are off. If they just went to a fucking doctor and worked with the doctor to improve these levels, they would immediately feel better and it would solve all their problems. I've said this before and I say it again, I'm very proud of this. I am 50 years old, but I have the testosterone literally of an 18-year-old man. The last time I checked my total testosterone, it was 1,120 something. Perfect. That is exactly and precisely where I want it. I'm going to have that testosterone level for the rest of my life into my 70s. The third area of your life you need to optimize is your mind. Obviously, you need your mind clear and fresh, and so there are things you can do to ensure this. Now, obviously, your body and your mind are connected, so your mind is going to be a lot more effective and clear if you get enough sleep, if you're exercising, all those things we just talked about. But in addition to that, there are 4 things you can do. Number 1, meditation. I meditate almost every morning for 20 minutes. I do transcendental meditation, which is the hardest one you can do. It's hard, but I do it. And you will be amazed at your level of focus and emotional control when you meditate once a day. Even if you only meditate for a few minutes, you don't have to be a maniac like me. There's data, hard scientific data that shows you get benefits from meditating just for 2 or 3 minutes. And if you say, I can't meditate, I can't focus, you are the one who needs to meditate the most. I don't need to meditate nearly as bad as most of you motherfuckers. So if you say, I can't sit still, I can't focus, dude, you're the guy who needs to meditate the most. It's so funny. The next one is mindfulness, which it took me many years to adopt because I thought it was a bunch of woo-woo bullshit. But I was shown by some experts scientific data that shows your performance will improve and your happiness will improve when you are more mindful. I will discuss that in a later video in this series. The next thing is mission, which I've taught for many years, having a strong mission that motivates you, that gets you out of bed in the morning. That's exciting. That will help your clarity and your mental focus, all those things. And the last thing, of course, is goals. Always operating on a set of goals. 1-month goals, quarterly goals, annual goals, 5-year goals, 10-year goals, whatever. You have to have goals. A man without goals is a ship without a rudder. You have to have goals. Men are creatures of work. We are heat-seeking missiles. You've got to have goals with specific objectives, specific outcomes, and specific dated deadlines. The fourth thing you need to optimize is your environment. That would mean several things. How you optimize your home. If you watch this video here, you can watch how I optimized my Dubai apartment before Pink Firefly moved to Dubai here with me. Also, your office. Your office should be optimized. Many of you don't even have an office, a set place to work, or if you do, it's a pigsty. You're working on the dining room table or something, there's papers and crap everywhere, or you're working inside the laundry room, or you got toys and knickknacks and bullshit all over your desks. It's a nightmare. You've got to optimize your office. Next, you have to optimize noise. If you live in a home with other human beings who watch TV, you can't be hearing that stuff. You have to figure out how to drown out that noise so you can work in a quiet environment, or at least leave the home and work somewhere else. Lastly, you need to optimize distractions and interruptions, things that interrupt you, other humans that interrupt you, things like this, your fucking phone.
Hello! What? No, I'm in an internet cafe!
Your computer that interrupts you. You have to minimize or eliminate all possible distractions and all possible interruptions. The final thing, number 5, that you have to optimize your life is your time. And this goes back to one of my favorite topics, time management. You must learn how to control your time. You do not need to be a time management maniac like me, where I time literally every aspect of everything I do 24/7. You don't have to do that. Okay, I teach time management, so I have to be the example. You don't have to go that far, but you need to get a handle on your fucking time. If you don't understand or don't implement any time management techniques, you will always be at the mercy of the world, the collapsing Western world, your bitchy girlfriend, your mom or your dad, your boss, your angry customers. You will always be at the mercy of other people if you don't master your own time. That's it. Those are the 5 areas that I'm going to cover in this upcoming series. I strongly recommend you click here or wherever you see it to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and or click the notification bell so you can get the notifications when new videos in this series come out. And I will see you in the next video in this series.